This video is brought to you by IG Volts and Ultra Guide's #UltraRed giveaway, where we are giving away rare skins such as the Autotronic Karambit and much more. Check out the Twitter link below to enter the giveaway by liking and retweeting the post. The giveaway ends in a month, so enter while you can. CSGO is a great game. We love it. Trust me, we really do. But there are some things we deeply miss in the game that only its grandfather holds. CS 1.6 allowed us to do many cool things that we just can't do anymore. It allowed us to do many unforgettable things, so today we're going over 10 reasons CS 1.6 is better than CSGO. My name is Taco, and welcome to Valve Guides. Number 10. Tactical Shield. Coming in hot to start off this list is the good old Tactical Shield from CS 1.6. This weapon of mass destruction didn't only lead to some incredible multi-kills, but also allowed the average CS 1.6 player to troll the hell out of his neighbor.
No, that's a trick, bro.
Yes, it was a tad on the overpowered side, and yes, only the CTs could acquire it. But any CS 1.6 player would be lying if they said they don't miss messing around with the Tactical Shield even the slightest bit. It would definitely lead to some balancing issues in the long run, but the fact that there is absolutely no way to access it in CSGO is very, very upsetting. If only Valve could fix the issue that accompanied the Tactical Shield in CS 1.6 and find a way to perfect it for CSGO. One day we'll be together again, dear Tactical Shield. Moving along to number 9, we have the in-game weapon sounds. Whether it be the AWP, AK-47, or Desert Eagle, the way your personal inflictors of death sounded in CS 1.6 was arguably the best they've ever sounded in any CS game. When you fired off your shots, you received a crisp and unique sound depending on your weapon. And even though CSGO does do a lot in terms of realistic sound effects, it just can't compare to that of CS 1.6. A patch to add the CS 1.6 sound effects to CSGO would probably be the most welcome update of all time in the CSGO community. You know, apart from that one that fixed the game when the R8 revolver ripped it in pieces. Number 8. Stop Sound. In talking about in-game sounds, in CS 1.6 there was a little feature called Stop Sound. Stop Sound would completely clear any background noise in-game, making you able to just focus on you and your enemy's movements. To put it simply, it added a lot of clarity to your surroundings and allowed for gameplay that was much more focused. Of course, in CSGO, Valve found it wise to remove this feature, maybe being for the best. The argument was that if one player had Stop Sound activated, it could be seen as an unfair advantage over another. However, Stop Sound could have easily been voted on before the game begins, or even re-enabled, as those players who are choosing not to activate Stop Sound are making their own conscious decisions. It would be nice to get some peace in this terrorist simulation game for once, you know? Number 7. Buying Ammo. Moving on to number 7, we have buying ammo. Buying ammo was an integral part to your economy in CS 1.6, and it can be argued that it led to more competitive experiences as players had to make even more crucial decisions as to what was necessary at the start of a round. I agree with those saying buying ammo was a bit of a pest, but ultimately it led to some intelligent and astounding plays based on who would be able to go guns blazing into the next round, and who might have to sit back and handle frags ammoless. It also helped with balancing the kill economy out just a little bit more, and could definitely be useful in adding some more rhythm to the use of guns such as the AWP. Number 6. Spray your logo. Progressing to number 6 is the ability to spray your logo in CS 1.6. Yes, you can spray some stuff in CSGO, but not your very own logo like back in 1.6. The logo ability allowed you to express yourself by creating your very own personal tag that you could stick around various maps. If put at the start and end of the game, or around, when no actual competitive play was occurring, it wouldn't harm the mechanics of the game at all. And yet, Valve decided to remove it. One day, the Orca logo will rule the high seas of dust again. Moving on to number 5, we have less balancing issues. CSGO has had its fair share of mistakes, patches and patches on top of patches, and while CS 1.6 has had its faults, it doesn't quite compare to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. CS 1.6 has long been held up as a much more balanced game, and many would say this meant much better gameplay overall. Don't get me wrong, as far as the gaming world goes, CSGO is definitely one of, if not, the most balanced modern game out there right now. But in comparison to its grandpa 1.6, it may be trailing behind just a little bit. On top of this, many fans feel as the economy in 1.6 was far better than its current state in CSGO. The economy is an integral part of any CS game, so it really has to be perfected to create optimal gameplay. And CS 1.6 was arguably the closest to perfection that we have ever received. Number 4. Smoother movement. Now let's talk about bunny hopping, I mean smoother movement at number 4. With the skill not being perfectible in CSGO, unless you script it in some manner. A big issue people have with CSGO is that their player feels a bit heavy and clunky, almost as if it's hovering around with a lot of weight on its back. CS 1.6 was a lot cleaner and smooth in terms of movement, which essentially meant that it was easy to spot who was an experienced player in comparison to who was just a noob, just based on their movement mechanics. Movement was one of the biggest learning curves that came with mastering the game. And while CSGO does also require a degree of intricacy in every pace you take, it doesn't quite match up to the slick feel of 1.6. Now let's move on. In at number 3 we have wall banging. Any CS 1.6 player is more than familiar with what wall banging is, and you CSGO players probably know what it is too, but not what it once was. Most maps in CS 1.6 had specific spots that allowed for shooting through walls, which added a whole new degree of tactical play, not only in where you fired your gun, but the way in which you used various grenades too. Hiding in a couple places around a corner wouldn't be enough to avoid the devastating bang of a hand grenade. You'd be inflicted through the wall unless you found suitable cover. Wall banging is quite a divisive topic in the CS community, but for many people it is what makes CS 1.6 that much better than CSGO. Moving on to number 2, we have the fact that CS 1.6 was arguably better than CSGO in terms of gameplay. The pace of CS 1.6 was fast and really engulfed you into every single encounter you went into. This was coupled with a hit registry that many old school CS fans say was much more accurate and effective, partially due to the fact that gunplay was also slightly cleaner in 1.6. CSGO definitely strives in terms of gameplay, and I'm not trying to take away from it, but things felt smoother and a little bit more receptive when it came to CS 1.6, and overall that led to a better in-game experience. Number 1, choice of player model. At the top spot is the choice of player model for both CTs and terrorists. This is a feature that actually didn't need removing. It makes no difference to core gameplay apart from you being able to pick your own badass style. I'd rather look the part when whipping out my op than be wearing sunglasses. I mean, how the frick do you use a scope with sunglasses on? It makes no sense. Everyone loved being able to pick their player model in CS 1.6, and this feature to be brought back to life in CSGO would hands down be the happiest day of my life. Forget weddings, babies being born, watching my kids graduate, none of that matters, as long as I can pick my own damn outfit. From a list of options, of course. That's all we have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I mentioned earlier, we're hosting a giveaway with IG Vault and Ultra Guides #UltraRed. Make sure to check us out through the link in the description, as you have just 1 month to get involved. Thanks again to IG Vault for sponsoring our video and our giveaway. Until the next time, I'm Taco, and I'll see you around.